take out of the weekend more, the good stuff from the end of the game or the poor stuff from the start of the game?
I think we'll take a bit of both from the weekend. Obviously, disappointing first half. Second time this year, they sort of jumped us at the start, and our intensity wasn't there early. We felt, but definitely towards the end of the game, especially the second half, we felt our best footy. We were able to match it with them.
Did it feel like, when you're out there, that it was just you guys lifting, or did you feel like Tom took their foot off the pedal a little bit, or?
A bit of both. A bit of both, I think. I think defensively in the first half we weren't where we wanted to be, and our intensity certainly went up in that area, and that's certainly helped us. I thought our stoppage work all day was pretty good, and Loebs was fantastic in the ruck, but it was pleasing to be able to run the game out, and we'll take a bit out of that.
Kit was pretty hot on the fact that he didn't want another slow start after what happened last time. Any idea, why it was such a slow start?
Obviously, they're a fantastic group of players, and I think they really come out with a high level of intensity, and we just didn't match it early on. So I said, I think our stoppage work was all right, but we just weren't able to get the scores from that. The way they set up, and they were able to force us into turnover, and once they get the ball in their hands, they're pretty hard to stop at the best of times. So, yeah.
How frustrating are they to play when they can seem to be able to just do that to something?
Yeah, their ball movement is obviously up there with the best, so you have to be certainly switched on defensively. They take the game on, and they've got a lot of very dangerous players. So, we weren't able to stop them early. It definitely felt like that, and it was definitely frustrating, and I'm sure the backs were frustrated down there with the way the ball was coming in.
You pretty much guarantee a final spot this week. Does that put any extra pressure on the Gold Coast game?
No, we're just looking forward to this week like any other. Gold Coast have had a pretty good year, and they've got some great players, so we're just looking forward to another challenge, and focusing on some of the things we didn't do so well on the weekend, and we'll try and fix those up this weekend.
Do you think Ken sort of said not to talk about it, but do you think there might be a little bit of finals talk in the G-Up, knowing what's on the line?
Not really. I think most of the boys know what we've got to do each week to week, and we can only focus on this week and the Gold Coast, and I'm sure all the boys will do their due diligence this week in preparing for the Gold Coast. That's all we can control, so we're just looking forward to that.
A lot of people are already saying Port's got a final spot sewn up, given the fact that Essendon maybe lose all their points. Do the players think about that at all?
No, not really. Like I said, we're just focusing on week to week, and that's the Gold Coast this week, so I don't think that will change.
Is there there's no magic number you guys think you need to get in?
No, I haven't thought about that at all.
You talked before about Geelong being a great team, coming out with lots of intensity. That's exactly what you're going to copy in the finals, even when you get there. What can you learn from that first half that you'll need to do better?
Well, obviously, I think the defensive side of our game needs to be right on from the word go. We can't allow a quarter or two, and we had struggles earlier in the year where we were allowing teams to get off to good starts. So I think defensively that's where our game's got to start, and we've shown that at times this year, but we've got to bring that from the first minute of the game and do it for all 4 quarters.
I know you had good wins over Sydney and Collingwood, but I think your record against the other top 8 teams is 2 and 4 or something like that. Is that much of a concern?
Not really. We've played good footy at times this year, and probably we've had a couple of good 4-quarter performances against Sydney and Collingwood, but we're just focusing on Gold Coast this week, and hopefully there'll be another good 4-quarter performance.
Did Ken's insight into Gold Coast help you earlier in the year when you first faced them?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, he's had a lot to do with their group over the past couple of years, so I'm sure a few of the boys will pick his brain this week and ask about some of their players for sure.
Is the fact that they beat you here in that famous game a few years ago, did that come into the reckoning, planning for this week?
No, not at all. That was a fair while ago now, and I think our group's improved a lot since then.
Does it strike you to not taking the game lightly though, or is that not going to be any danger anyway?
I don't think. I think every week, you can't take any opposition lightly these days. The competition's really strong, and any given week, if you're not switched on from the start, you can leave yourself in a big hole. And every team we come up against is tough to play against, so we'll have to bring our best footy.
Have they turned the corner, do you think? I mean, last year you could probably afford to be a little bit off your game and still get away with a win, but they seem to be pushing, for most games they play now.
Yeah, obviously they've got some really, really good players, and they're younger guys, starting to improve a lot, and they're starting to play some really good footy. And then you've got the mature age guys there, and obviously they've got guys like Adelaide. So they've got a lot of weapons, and we're going to have to bring our best footy this weekend for sure.
Did you take anything out of the tag that he copped
Yeah, well, probably someone like him's probably not going to be down for 2 in a row. So, we're going to have a big challenge this week with whoever gets a job on him. But he's a great player and we look forward to playing against him.
So do you think Don might get that role? I know Kane started last time, and I think Don moved to him and shut him out of the game. Is he, given the fact he was so successful earlier in the year, like to get that role again?
Yeah, I'd say it will be one of those two. They'll be up at the match committee later in the week, but those guys have got a good history doing good jobs on good players, so wouldn't be surprised.
Robbie, Angus Monfries, how important has he been for the team this year? He bagged 7 on the weekend, 35 for the year. How significant has his addition been?
He's been massive for us. Obviously, he's got a fair bit of experience, and he's just another player that's come in and played his role really well. And he had a great game on the weekend, and he's had different jobs throughout the years. Played as a defensive forward sometimes, and he's done his job there as well. And on the weekend, he was able to slot a few. But he's just one of those guys that seems to play his role every week and does it pretty well.
Has he been better than you even thought he might be when you got him?
I always respected Gus when I watched Essendon. I always looked at him as a very dangerous forward, and he's able to lead up and get marks and also find the ball on the ground as well. So he's fitted in really well.
He's got that ability to get goals close to goal, if you know what I mean, get over the bag and kick them from close range. Is that a unique talent he's got, or is that just part of the role he plays at forward?
I think he's pretty smart and reads the game really well, and obviously he's really fit as well. He can get up and down the ground really well, so that might be why he tends to get over the back. Sometimes his work rate's really good, and obviously reads it very well as well.
You've done a bit of that yourself. That takes a bit of unique ability, be able to read that play, to be in the right spot at the right time, so to speak.
Yeah, a little bit. It comes down to the rest of the team as well, moving the ball. As a forward, we like fast ball movement, and that makes our job a little bit easier. So if the blokes up the field are doing a job with that, then it does make the forwards' job a little bit easier.